Oh, look, it's pretty quiet in the changing room. Our guys are gutted because they emptied out the tanks tonight, and we're just one error or one bit more control, the exit away from winning it. So. Yeah, we're all pretty disappointed, but I'm really wrapped with the character and the attitude. No one really gave us a chance to come here to Paris and take on a French side that's been very impressive over the last 15 months. And then we talked about playing without fear and competing hard and throwing everything at them, and we did that for a big chunk of the game. And disappointing outcome, but proud of the effort.
I was going to say, did you feel like the better team? I mean, the result is very, very close, but did you feel like the better team out there? And what did you think France did well?
They stole a bit of our ball post-tackle, at crucial times. I think we kicked pretty well after half-time. But there's genuine space in behind their line, and we needed to be better to try and pin them down the right end of the field. So I love our good side. I thought we defended really well. Our defensive maul again was very good, and set piece was reasonably solid. I think both sides lost a couple of line-outs. So it was pretty evenly matched. I think we needed to be able to camp a little bit more in their end of the field, and we got rewarded when we got down there.
What did you make of the team's poise in the last 10 minutes or so when France were coming very hard at you? It's a game of inches, isn't it? They obviously they closed the gap up. We got a penalty almost immediately. About 4 minutes left. They put a bit of kick pressure on, and Hodgie Shank went into the middle of the field. But even prior to that, Lenny carried. If he held his feet, he's straight through. And so, like I say, it's a game of inches, isn't it? We got away with a tight one last week, and we finished second tonight. Just lastly for me, what did you make of the call when Jake Gordon came on to stop play for that interchange when you guys threw the ball out wide? Were you okay with that, or did you think play should have continued?
Oh, look, he must have already blown his whistle or said something, but it's a bit of heads-up footy. The ball's out. It's a chance to throw it in quickly, and it is what it is.
And Dave, just last week after the Scotland victory, you said that you knew what France were going to come with today, and that you got a plan in place, and that you were ready for them. Do you feel like you were ready for them?
Yeah, I thought our preparation was excellent this week, and they're a big team, great athletes. You're going to have to bar up defensively and put your body in harm's way, and I thought we did that really well for a big chunk. Where France are dangerous is from penalty advantage or from knock-on advantages, and they'll play a lot then, and they've got great athletes in the backs and forwards who can hurt you. So I think they offloaded a hell of a lot more than us. I think the offloading count was like 16-2. So when they've got an advantage, they're prepared to throw the ball around, and so you've got to limit your errors and to apply pressure to them. And we clearly didn't do that for long enough.
James, hello. What can you say about the French game? It's what you expected before the game?
It was exactly what we expected. We knew it was going to be a tough game. They're a French team that, they've built up a fair bit of momentum over the last, 1.5 years. So we knew what we were up against. We knew we had to be playing really good rugby to be in with a shot tonight, and I thought we did that. Once again, it came down to the wire, just like last week, and as Ren said, we came out second best tonight. But I was extremely proud of how we performed tonight, how we prepared during the week, and how we turned up tonight. So, they're a good team. They took their final opportunity and won the game.
Good evening. One question for each. James, how do you rate that 95 meters try that your backs scored in the first half? And Dave, how do you explain that sometimes your team is still making some costly mistakes, like Bernard Foley pass at the end of the first half, or that strange kick from Valentini?
First question, as a front row prop, it's always good to see your back line string a few passes together and run the whole field and score a try. So, it's extremely pleasing to see that. And I thought, La had a great game for the time he was on there before he got injured. So, it was an impressive try. We wanted to play with no fear tonight, and that was a great example of that.
Yeah. Oh, look, errors are a common part of the game, and both sides made a lot of errors. Unfortunately, that error prior to half time, I'm not sure if it was knocked on, not sure your view on that, but look, it ended up being reasonably costly. And likewise with Bobby's kick, a charge down, bounce to him. He's probably the best back row kicker I've ever seen. So he would normally nail that and back himself, and it wasn't his best. So, but we're not looking at 2 or 3 or 4 errors. There's a lot of heart tonight, and we could look at a number of things that happened late in the game or early in the game that were key moments in the end.
Anything else?
What about the last French try? Do you give all the credit to Polo, or do you think your defense made some mistakes?
He's one of the best wingers in the world, and he's finished off a number of tries like that. So, given our time over again, you'd hope we'd do a better job on that. But as I said before, I think we defended really well for a big chunk of the game, and there was a handful of times where they had a bit of time and space, and were able to scramble and fight for each other and shut them down. So, considering the amount of ball they had, and for them to only get a couple of tries tonight, highlights the fact that we defended pretty well for big chunks.
Dave, Jock Campbell seemed pretty hard on himself after that match there, but in terms of a second test, a start, a try, what did you make of his performance? Bit of a coming-of-age game, that.
Yeah, I thought he was solid. He was assertive when he had the ball in hand, and to either bring the ball back and counter or kick at the appropriate times. And I thought it was a really strong performance considering where we're playing, against who we're playing, and only his second test, his first start. So, pretty cool. Jock's mum and dad in the stand, they'd have been very proud tonight.
And Will Skelton injected a couple of nice touches, nice inside ball to Taniela. Your impressions on his first game back in goal?
Big fella will probably get a start next week. And, it was good to get him off the bench. I thought he had a really big impact, as we'd expected. And look forward to getting more minutes out of him next week.
Anything further?
Just on the injury front, Lalakai, how do you think he is? And just looking forward to next week, are we looking at wholesale changes? Have you got your 15 pretty clear in your head?
Lalakai's injury looks significant. He'll get a scan tomorrow, but doesn't look very positive. So we'll make a call around whether we replace him. and who. We'll definitely make changes next week. I've talked about sharing the load. Playing 5 tests against Six Nations sides in consecutive weeks is pretty demanding, and so we want to utilise the squad and give guys opportunities to impress, but we're not going to do anything that doesn't respect Italy either. We've had a good look at them today. They've had an excellent win, and we're well aware of their ability, but we're also looking big picture. We've got Ireland the following week and Wales the week after that, and we need to utilise the whole squad.